do so. Well, Sergio Oliveira starts another ISL journey, having replaced Jose Molina. He has a talented squad at his disposal, as the Mariners have kept the core of their title. And they make it 3 in a row. Anticipation from those Mariners faithful. Well, here is the lineup for Birmingham tonight. Visual Gate is in goal. There are league debuts for Abhishek and Mehtab in the back four. Robson De Silva also makes an ISL debut. Jamie McLaren and Dimitri Petratos are up front. McLaren scored 12 goals last season and will be looking to continue that excellent run of form. It's predominantly the same squad with the addition of Mehtab and Abhishek that started season. Ami Ranawade recently made the move on loan from the Blasters. Well, it's a complicated move. We'll perhaps get into that when we're into the match. But he is on the bench tonight for his old coach, of course, Sergio Oliveira. Well, a new coach and a new face for the Blasters. David Catali was appointed before the Super Cup, but having seen the departure of several of his, he's had to bring in new faces to mix with the familiar Indian players in Blasters yellow. Well, it is an unfamiliar-looking Kerala Blasters lineup tonight. Sachin is in goal. Umar makes his debut alongside the captain Bikash Yumnam at the back. Roland Borges gets a first start. And Bindas makes his league debut, while Victor also starts up front. One of their new foreign signings as they go in a 4-3-3.
যারা যারা আমার লাইফে যোগ হয়েছে তারা প্লিজ চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিয়ে বেল আইকনটা দাবি দিয়ে কমেন্ট করো। নেক্সট ম্যাচের লাইভ দেখার জন্য আমার চ্যানেলটা please all Mohun Bagan fans like and subscribe. Jai Mohun Bagan. All Mohun Bagan fans, please like and subscribe. Please all Mohun Bagan fans like, comment, share.
League, the Blasters starting their 12th season as one of the founder 8 clubs, of course, that started 12 years ago. Hard to believe it's been 12 years since that opening season. Well, the match officials have had to take an extended break as well. Aditya Pakasta is the match referee tonight. And what a big night as well for Bikash Yumnam, who wears the captain's armband, having made that move from Chennai in the January window last season. Roland Borges there. An old head when it comes to the Indian Super League. Can the Blasters cause what would be a big upset on the opening day if they could beat Mohun Bagan in their own backyard? But a lot of football to be played over the next 90 minutes in this opening game of the season. 213 days ago, Mohun Bagan Super Giant lifted their second successive league winners' shield they can finally begin the defence of that title in the shortened ISL season. Sergio Oliveira's in charge and starts his tenure up against a fellow Spaniard, David Catalia, who had to be content, or the Kerala Blasters rather, with an 8th place finish last season. Catalia coming in and taking over for the Super Cup. But those familiar faces for Mohun again, they've managed to keep the squad together, and they've added Abhishek there. And Mehtab coming in from Mike as well.
Please like and subscribe channel.
Official case, 14 clean sheets in the league last season, the Golden Glove winner by some distance. Mohun Bagan broke records left, right and centre, including the playoffs. They scored over 50 goals last season, broke the 50 points barrier, and they won it in style from FC Goa. Aditya Bukasta, as we say, is the referee. Venturesh, the fourth official. Mohun Bagan starting their 6th season in the Indian Super League. They joined in the bubble along with East Bengal, of course, in 2020, 2021. First 2 seasons in the bubble. Subhashish Bose wears the captain's armband, as does Bikash Yundam. Bikash has always been a highly rated player. He was the first Indian to make the Guardians' next generation list. And now getting his chance at the Blasters. The Blasters fans ever hopeful, of course, that they can do good things this season. Tonight their main aim will be to stop that man, Jamie McLaren. 12 goals in the Indian Super League last season. Brilliant introduction for the Australian company. And Sergio Oliveira, what can you say about him? Record precedes itself. A winner with FC Goa, a winner with Mumbai City. And having left Odisha, his new challenge is to try and get a 3rd successive league title.
Sergio Oliveira.
Well, David Catalia, the man born in Barcelona. His last match, or his first match rather, was a 2-0 win over East Bengal in the Super Cup.
Mohun Bagan. Jai Mohun Bagan, everyone.
But he hasn't had the best of records in recent years, but looking forward to the challenge.
ভিডিওটাকে শেয়ার করে দাও, লাইভটাকে যারা যারা মাঠে যেতে পারেনি তাদের জন্য একটু শেয়ার করে দাও।
Trying to get the Kerala Blasters into the playoffs, well, no playoffs this season, into...
Please comment and subscribe my channel.
Say no playoffs, whoever wins the league will win the league. And of course it was announced in the league regulations yesterday that relegation will come in. The team that...
Jai Jagannath.
Finishes bottom will drop down to the I-League for next season. At stake over...
Jai Jagannath.
So we're underway, finally, after all the speculation, all the uncertainty, finally the new season is happening.
Jai Jagannath.
Lots of double headers to come over the next few weeks and months as well. Another big game coming up after this one as FC Goa take on the newcomers into Kashi down at the Fatorda.
Jai Jagannath.
Mohun Bagan were superb at home last season. 11 wins and a draw in their 12 home matches in the ISL. There's Shahid, one of the younger players that's come through the ranks, the 23-year-old. Made 3 appearances last season in the ISL, but he'll be looking to make that left-back position his own under David Metab, sideline Derling, and his fullback on the other side. There's Bar. It's been a bit turbulent the last few weeks, really, for the Blasters, having Adrian Luna and Noah Sadawi. One or two other of their foreign players as well, but they have managed to bring in reinforcements. There's Alberto Rodriguez. That'll be a foul. Clumsy challenge. He scored in both fixtures against the Kerala Blasters last season. Alberto Rodriguez. That one goal, you may remember, a pretty stunning effort to make it 3-2 in the 95th minute here at the Salt Lake. Looks as though the Blasters were going to take a point away, but Rodriguez popping up with that stunning goal in the 95th minute. Sergio Oliveira, familiar figure on the sidelines in the ISL, of course. ...144 games now in the Indian Super League. Well, this is his 145th tonight. Metab. Alberto. Threaded into that gap looking for McLaren. Played by Lister Colasso, just managed to hang on to possession. They're getting plenty of players back behind the ball here. Just wonder what the tactics will be to try and stifle this very potent Birmingham forward line. There's Danish Farooq.
प्लीज़ जो जो वीडियो देख रहे हैं प्लीज़ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए और कमेंट करिए कौन किसका सपोर्टर है। मोहन बागान एसोसिएशन शबुश मेरून भाई को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए ऐसे लाइव देखने के लिए।
Danish once again, falls back towards his own goal, away by Advan Doling. Sides have met 10 times previously in the Indian Super League. 8 wins for Birmingham, 1 draw and 1 Kerala win. Now Robinho. Vladimir looking forward to seeing him and his silky skills. Petratos to get the shot, he takes the deflection and away for the corner.
Come on,
Just opened up a little
come
there
on,
for Jimmy
come
Petratos.
on, Pedratos, come on, come on.
Did have to make do with quite a bit of time off the bench last season. He still managed to feature in 24 of Birmingham's games, including the playoffs. ISL appearance for him tonight, and he will swing in the corner. The missed header, which will go out of play for a Kerala Blasters throw on this near side.
प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और लाइक कीजिए। प्लीज़ लाइक सब्सक्राइब प्लीज़ कर दीजिए ना, सूर्य का भला हो
There's Robson.
जाएगा।
There's that familiarity, of course, around Mohammedan at the moment, having to and managing to keep most of their
जो
players
जो
together.
लाइव देख रहे हो प्लीज़
They were able
लाइक
to train a lot
को
longer.
लाइक कर दो।
Came back in about 10 days ago. Kolkata. Kerala, of course, have been familiar participants in the opening game of the season, the curtain raiser. 8 times in a row from 2016 to 23-24 they played the opening game. This is the 9th time in 10 seasons. The record's not too bad, actually. 11 games played, 5 wins, a draw in 40 feet. Always important, especially with this slightly truncated season this season, to get off to a positive start with 3 points as well. There's not too much margin for error this season, of course. Teams would have had
Let's ten
26
Kobaso.
matches had we played a full season with the introduction of Intakashi. Sahif with a throw. 0-0. Eight points the deficit for the gap last season when Mohammedan won the League Shield. Went on to beat Bengaluru in the Indian Super League final. Big chance for the 20-year-old Emid Nasir making his ISL debut today. Petratos. Football in again, headed away by Devin Das. Still Mohammedan looking to try and keep the pressure on here. And the whistle has gone for offside. In the end,
अरे लिस्टन ब्रो कहाँ कर रहे हो?
well, Mr. Colasso was in red-hot form in the Duran Cup. So scored goals in the Super Cup as well. Play by Umar Ba. Bar won a couple of players that were signed with actually out of contract without the defender. Tibashish with a throw. For someone to move for him here, Sibashish finally gets a little bit of movement. You see Mo began dominating the early possession, but they haven't created any clear goal-scoring chances yet. Tratos, which was deflected wide for the corner. Tapa. Napoya. Napoya once again. You can see the way the Blasters are setting themselves up. Almost playing as a back five, pretty much. Those midfielders dropping back as well. Danny Shevindas and Roland Borges. Might be a patent and a waiting game for Merbegan to try and see if they can break down the Blasters' defences. That's another good-looking ball in. It almost reaches Liston. In towards McLaren once again. It's Liston. To Tratos. Swung a boot, but probably the wrong boot. He was a little bit off balance when he hit the shot there, Dimi Petratos. Possibly a left footer might have been better. Thumbs up from Robson. Wide of the target. Both chances, half chances so far falling to Petratos. Borges. Ivan. Away on the field so far. No need for Sashin to make.
Please subscribe my channel.
Petratos. Petratos once again just putting the strings behind the front players at the moment. Once again on the knows the expectations, of course, knows the history of the club, knows that the fans demand success. This last season was a strange season for them. Started with Mikael Starre, the Swedish coach, and he ended up falling by the wayside. For Schotterman, who took over, has just taken over as a Adisha coach for the new season as well. Look at the watch already from Sergio Oliveira, 17 and a half gone, that's all plenty of time. It's another corner. Will they make the pressure count this time? Petratos again. Seen a lot of the ball, Dimi Petratos, in these opening exchanges. Again, went on an excellent 12-game unbeaten run towards the latter stages of the last season. They lost to Jamshedpur in the playoffs in the first leg to break that streak, but the league was well in grasp. Partway through that run, finished, as we said, 8 points clear of FC Goa. Came past Jamshedpur, having lost that first leg, won it 3-2 on aggregate before going on to beat Bengaluru after extra time in the playoff final. Jamie McLaren, the match winner, in the 96th minute. In front of a big crowd here at the Salt Lake. Robson, teasing once again, lovely little drop of the good turn of pace for the Brazilian, and a lovely drag back as well. Still it's not clear, Subasic plays the ball in. And I think that's actually hit his own player and gone. Clattered it into Dimi Petratos, who couldn't get out of the way. Well, they wait in expectation, the Mariners faithful. But as yet, their side haven't managed to hit the target. Might be a bit of an issue for Sachin here. Just needing a little bit of treatment, the Blasters goalkeeper. David Catali was a centre-back during his playing days. Came through Espanyol's youth system. He managed to help Larnaca in Cyprus to the Cyprus Cup. Back in his penultimate season as a player before moving into coaching, he coached Larnaca for a season as well.
प्लीज़ जो नए जुड़े हो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब चैनल को। इसे आईएसएल वीडियो देखने के लिए ओनली मोहन बागान का मैच।
That's given away cheaply again. Probably doing that with Mbagana pressing forward with that little bit of pace. Avi Mitai. Metab. Apoya. Avi Mitai.
प्लीज़ जो देख रहे हो एक कमेंट कर दो, अच्छा बुरा जो भी, एक कमेंट प्लीज़
Just out of the reach of Robson that time. He's had a big influence though on the
प्लीज़
play
एक
so
कमेंट
far.
कर दो।
Robson De Silva.
कौन सी टीम को सपोर्ट करते हो आप,
Robinho
ये
as he's more
बताइए कमेंट पे।
commonly known as. Does
जो
wear the
जो
name
जुड़े
Robson on the
हो
back of his
प्लीज़
shirt. Bertamo. Danish. Solid challenge from Subasic
वेलकम
Bose.
सभी को मेरी स्ट्रीम में, आप सभी लोगों का
Well, the
स्वागत
gun
है।
player down injured.
बोलो कमेंट पे बोलो कौन जीतेगा, केरला ब्लास्टर या मोहम्मदान सुपर जायंट।
Met up with a few words
कमेंट
to
करो
say to
कमेंट
the
करो,
referee.
और चैनल पे नए हैं तो
City
सब्सक्राइब
last
कर
season.
दो।
Closing in on 100 ISL appearances now. Met up. This is number 93.
और कमेंट में बोलो क्लियर आ रहा है क्या,
Long
ब्लैक
contract as well with Mbagana.
कबड्डी कम
5-year
है,
deal.
ये
He'll be at the
बता
club
दो प्लीज़।
till 2030. Danish Farouk takes no nonsense in midfield. Avi Mitai. Might get a second chance here trying to get away from Zahif. Lovely ball forward, Bertamo, taken out, was he by Visual Cave? Well, he's gathered the ball cleanly, but just for a second, it looked as though the Spaniard might be in on goal. It was a lovely through ball, and Victor Bertamo was on it like a flash, but Visual Cave, well, that's why he won the Golden Glove last season, quickly off his line to gather that ball in. No margin for error, managed to take it cleanly. Now began back at the other end. Floated in towards McLaren. Full spell, averaging almost a goal every other game. Liston. Alberto. Tapper goes to ground. No foul this time, says the referee. Maybe a chance for the Blasters to try and break here. They've got 4 players along that front line.
Jai
Not sitting
Jagannath.
back. Bertamo. Koru just playing off the shoulder of Subasic Bose on the far side. They've come to this near side to Nihal. Both Nihal and Koru haven't really been in the game in the opening minutes. We know all about their talents, of course. Nihal back in the Kerala Blasters lineup after that lone season at Punjab. Breaks down again though for Kerala. Nabi Mitai. Petratos. Chipped out wide by Ali Ratapa to Liston Colasso. Nabi Mitai. Nicely cut out by Ivan Doling. Does read the game very well, Ivan. Because he moved from FC Goa, picked up that serious knee injury after just 3 games. There's another heavy challenge. And that could be the game's first yellow card for Danish Farouk, who was probably warned a moment or so ago for the challenge on Apoya. So the first yellow card of the new season goes to Danish Farouk. It's a heavy challenge and he's given a free kick away in a dangerous position as well. It's Apoya, the man fouled once again. Forced his way back into the India setup. Back for that Nations Cup tournament towards the end of last year. Now this is well within Liston Colasso's striking range. We've seen him score from this sort of distance before. Up and over. Tipped away by Sachin Suresh. Plenty of time to see that. There wasn't a great deal of pace on that from Liston, but it was straight out the goalkeeper. Fairly regulation save for the Kerala Blasters keeper. Another corner though to Mohan Bagan.
Jai
And another
Jagannath.
corner for Dimi Petratos. Dribble back in again by Petratos for another corner. Well, I think Sergio Libera will be a little disappointed if his side don't manage to get the lead with all this possession. There's that free kick again from Liston, just tipped over comfortably by Sachin. Outswinger once again. A little bit deeper this time. Back in again, straight to keeper once more. Robson getting his first effort on target. Well, he certainly looked a useful addition to the Mohan Bagan side. Robson. Mohan Bagan played against Ahal, the 1-0 defeat. But he, like everybody else, has had to wait a long time to make a league debut. Alberto Rodriguez. Good defending again by the Blasters. Although getting themselves and playing themselves back into a little bit of trouble. They might have got away with that. Roland Borges, the man playing the ball forward.
Jai Jagannath.
Well, having a little look at a bit of a pushing and shoving match with Nihal. Well, that will be the drinks gig in the first half. There's the challenge again from Nihal. So there will be a
Jai
in the
Jagannath.
first and the second half, as we had in the previous seasons. Chance for David Catalia to have a few words with his team. They'll probably be happy that they haven't conceded a goal, but maybe not happy that they haven't really threatened Vishal Cathers yet. Well, Sergio Ribera. Vastly experienced, of course. He's coached over 500 games in his career now. Rona Borges getting another lease of life with Kerala, having been released by Goa at the end of last season. Well, you see everything very much in favour of the Mariners at the moment in the first half so far, but they still haven't managed to find a goal. This could be
Goal!
No! And the opening goal of the new season goes to Jamie McLaren, who else? 12 goals last season.
Jai Mohan
Can't
Bagan.
make the breakthrough against a very stubborn Blasters defence. McLaren allowed too much space
Jai
in the area
Jagannath.
and easily guided past Sachin in the goal. First goal of the season. Birmingham, the defending champions, are off and running in pursuit of their third league title in a row. While they're doing the Poznan, it was well worked, but it was poor defending really from Kerala. They ran to him. They were just caught out by that fast ball through, and McLaren